All right, what's good? We back. It's the Boxing Clinic and more. Y'all know what it is, man. Off-topic video. I was only gonna do one for kind of the day, but I came through with another one. Talking about 2 Chainz, aka Kitty Boy. I think 2 Chainz is one of the most underrated rappers and lyricists in the game today. Now I know today the standards ain't what they was in the 90s. You know, in the 90s the competition level was very high. I mean, you had a billion members of the Wu-Tang. You had Outkast, you had, Nas, Das Effect. They had a good run. They was an underground group. You had Cube. You had NWA in the early 90s, before they kind of tapered off. Snoop, Dre, DLC before he lost his voice. That may have been late 80s. But you had a lot of competition. The competition level was killing it. Biggie, Pac, without even naming those guys. You look at guys like Outkast that was lost in the shuffle. But the competition was a lot thicker. You had to have your own sound to stand out. So, of course, the standards of the day, don't match to those. But, 2 Chainz, man, has been, hella consistent. Not only with the albums, with the features or whatever. And I wanted to say this. A lot of people will laugh when I say it, and I don't care because I have my own opinion. And a lot of stuff that they say is good, like, some of the whack rappers out there. And then they turn around and call 2 Chainz whack. And 2 Chainz be saying some shit, man. He might have some humor in his rhymes, but man, even going back to Supply and Demand, the album they dropped, the famous Duffel Bag Boy song was on there. That album was fucking amazing. It went under the radar because it wasn't promoted like that, and everybody was so, hooked on the Lil Wayne Duffel Bag, song. But him and Dollar Boy, that was a good album, that didn't get the push by DTP. Then they came back with the 360 Takeoff Flight, which, in turn, after that, 2 Chainz just went into his own lane. And Players Circle had been out for a long time. A lot of people don't know that. They was out for a very, very long time before they even got to the point where they did the song with Lil Wayne and finally started getting their notoriety. But then, he came out with the True Religion album. Now, I don't know how I end up going on that piff. This one I was a little bit more into mixtapes. You had the Cushion Orange Juice around that time. Dedication 2, Currency was going crazy. You had a lot of different rappers. Wiz Khalifa was killing the game. Like I said, Cushion Orange Juice, Cabin Fever 2, Taylor Allderdice. You had Rick Ross dropping some mixtape. The mixtape game was booming. Big Crit. You can continue to go on, but I don't know what made me. I think I seen a rating for True Religion. I was hearing people talk about it, and my boy was like, listen to it. That was a classic mixtape. That's a top 5 mixtape in my opinion. And I know it's hard. You got Trap or Die. It might be a top 10 once I kind of think of all of this Can't Ban the Snowman, Trap or Die, all the Gucci mixtapes. But that was an amazing mixtape. And I remember him coming to Detroit and doing a show. And people was like, who's 2 Chainz? And people didn't know, but it was, it was Titty Boy. And people were like, oh, Titty Boy. But man, that was an amazing platform for him to actually step up and do Based on a True Story, which kind of doubled down on True Religion as being, he could have made True Religion into an album, but I think he chose to do it as a mixtape to show people that, hey, look, I'm kind of changing my style now to kind of fit in and kind of make my my commercial run. And he did change his style to make that album, and that album was amazing. He had Big Shine, a lot of different guys, Dollar Boy, Raekwon on the album from Wu-Tang. That mixtape was great. That was a classic. And then he doubled down with Based on the True Story, which was another classic album. It was a classic album for 2 Chainz. It was a great album. I actually purchased the album. Loved it. Them Boats too. It was a significant drop off from that. But then he comes back with actually Collie Grove. And I never listened to Collie Grove because I'm not a big Lil Wayne fan. After the Carter 2 and Dedication 2 stuff of that nature, he kind of lost me. But I did buy the Carter 3. But commercial wise, that was an amazing album, but it wasn't, my lane. 2008. That's what it was. But then, then he came back with Pretty Girls Love Trap Music. And I, stumbled across Apple Music. I'm an Android user, and I would tell you the Google Pixel phone is the greatest phone that I ever known. It's the best phone, bar none. You can believe the hype about the iPhone, but the Google Pixel is a great phone, and it gives you a lot of flexibility to do what you want to do. That's a conversation for another day. But, I got Apple Music, through Verizon. They gave me a 4-month trial. I spent so much money with them. Get these tickets. So I said, let me go see what this album about. The album was fucking amazing. He had Travis Scott on there. He had Somehow he brought an old OJ the Juice Man, you know, sample back. I mean, he had different. I mean, it was a good album, man. And I was listening to you know, Joe Budden and Charlamagne the God, and they gave him credit. Was like, man, 2 Chainz is underrated. He need to get his credit. And I'm doing this video to double down on them, man. 2 Chainz is underrated. I'm giving him his props. He top 5 today out of the commercial guys. I'm not talking about Locksmith, Shot How to Prince, guys like that. But the commercial guys, the Kendrick, to Cole. I believe he right up there. I'm not including the old guys like Fabulous and Jay-Z neither. But this dude has been consistent. He got 2 good albums, you know, great albums. Bolts 2, I don't know about that. And a great mixtape and True Religion. I'm just want to do this video to give my boy Titty Boy, aka 2 Chainz, put some respect on his name, man. And y'all know what it is. It's TBC. We out.